I'm going to be showing you guys around the neighborhood, around Jber, to show you guys the houses here on Jber. This video is to show you what the houses around Jber look like. Here on the left is the Silver Run neighborhood. This one here is the one that is close to pretty much everything. There's the Commissary, the Exchange, and everybody pretty much likes this neighborhood just because it's so close to everything. So this is the Silver Run neighborhood. This is what the housing looks like. And we actually lived on Silver Run before we got before we did a unit to unit move, and now we're at Chugiach. So this right here is considered the big side of Silver Run. There is a smaller side of Silver Run which has a few houses in a smaller park. This one recently had a park added to it, and it's not that big compared to all the other community parks, but this one is nice that they have it for the people that live in this area. And then there's little parks in between each neighborhood. But like right here, I'll show you real quick what the park looks like. And then it also has a community garden, which they recently added as well. This is what the park looks like. So that's the community. Everything that's enclosed is the community garden. And then that's the little play structure that they added. And then to the right, that hill right there is a really nice hill for like little ones during winter when the snow comes. It's a really nice hill to come to and sled down. So this is the one we used to come to. There's another one on base that's a bit bigger, and that one is more for like older kids, I would say. But this one here is perfect for the little itty bitties, probably like I would say 7 and below. So now we're going to go to the next neighborhood, which will be, I believe, is Dallas or Daya. I'll show you once we get there. So this is Elmendorf side. There's the Air Force side and the Army side. We're on the Air Force side. There is, to the right, there is a Burger King, if you could see it. And then a little past it, you'll see some buildings. That is TLF. These buildings right here are TLF, or temporary lodging. That is where we stayed when we first got here. When we were waiting for our offer to come up. Now we're coming up to the housing on this side. These houses are more like actual homes, I wouldn't say single family house, but it's more modern. I think these actually have a fireplace, but I believe, and I want to say that these are higher rank housing. And I will tell you shortly what the name of this neighborhood is. I get it confused because there's Daya and then there's another one with a D. But these homes are, if I had a choice, I would probably pick these just because it's closer to the kids' school. everybody has a two-car garage, so that's what I mean by it's like a bigger place. And then it doesn't have that many homes. Let's see if we can find the housing name. So this is Dayton. And then if you go straight, you'll run into Denali, which also these houses are also pretty neat. They also have a fireplace, and I think these are 4-bedroom, 5 bedrooms. These are single garage. So this is what these homes look like. You have your own little fenced yard, and then like if you see it, these have a fireplace. You can see the what is it called, the where the smoke comes out of the chimney. And then for this housing for Denali, they have a little park that they built, I want to say a year ago, which is pretty neat. I used to bring Bella and Tony to this one just because it was perfect for Bella's age. But now she's a little bit older, so now we can go to the bigger parks. But this one is good for toddlers. I would say age 1 through 5. Oh, actually it says on the sign there it's for ages 2 and 5, 2 to 5. And then it has like fake grass, that park, so it's good to like if you want to sit down. Well, obviously not right now because it's wet, but in the summer it's a nice thing to have. If you don't have like blankets, you can just hang out and rest on the grass there. And then over here, right in front of us, is the housing, and also the You Fix It, where you can go. So the You Fix It is right behind the housing. You Fix It is where you can go and they will provide replacement of bulbs, filters, and heating filters. And then they also provide ice melt for the snow and gravel. Coffee shop there by the gas station called 2 Seasons, which they sell pretty good coffee. So to the right over here you have one housing, and then to the left there's another one. We'll go to the left one first, but here to the right is Sunflower Housing. One over. And so this is Dallas Housing to the left. And then these houses have a pretty nice view of the mountain if you live right in this little area here. We're getting close to Halloween.
How many more days?
2 weeks. And then we're gonna pass again on the left. You'll see this housing has a community, which I forgot to mention. The one on Silver Run has a community center as well that you can rent. So we're gonna pass. We'll go straight and then go back, but straight ahead is Sunflower Housing. I think these only have 2-bedroom. These are a bit smaller for like a couple that doesn't have kids or just single airmen that are able to move out of dorms. So we'll go back and I'll show you the community center. Right here to the left, if you look to your left, you'll see the little building where that lady's walking her dog. That is the community center. So this housing has a park, which I'll get off and show you real quick. Let the kids play for a little bit, and then we'll go and check out Houston Housing and Cottonwood. So this is the park in this neighborhood. It's pretty big, has a lot of different kind of things to try out. So I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little castle. Yeah, you can't use this slide, it's wet. And they have a little volleyball court. And then you can rent this pavilion to have a party. Yeah. Every park is wet. And then this one's themed like a pirate ship. And they have this pavilion you can rent out. They also have this, if you could see it back there, I'll circle it for you. What is it called? Golf frisbee. And it's all throughout this housing area, and then they have a basketball court as well. So that right there is, this one right here is the community center, and you can rent that. It's free. You just have to book it and make sure it's available. And then, like I said, the one on Silver Run also has a community center, and they recently added a indoor playground, which is good during winter. Like right now the park is wet, so kids aren't really able to play during the winter in the playgrounds. So that's a good alternative. They have two here on base. They have one on the Air Force side now, and then there's the old one, which is on the Richardson side. So here's another little park for this neighborhood. So this is Houston Housing. I'll see if I can show you guys right now the sign. But this is what Houston Housing looks like. They have a bigger driveway, which in the winter, for me at least, if I didn't have a snowblower, it would suck because you would have to pretty much clear that whole part of the driveway. But if you own 2 cars, it's definitely a good area to be at. So I'm going to turn back around, and size. So each housing has like those little parks, as you can see up front. Hopefully you can see it. It should be on the right coming up. So this right here is Houston Housing. You can't really see it. But over here to the right is the last housing on Elmendorf side. These ones are far out in the base. So this is still Houston Housing, just on the other side of the street. Over here, I don't know if you can see, there is a little area you can go at where they have, you can look at the water. Some people have spotted wells there late at night. Cherry Hill. So this is Cherry Hill Housing. And then these houses are also more in the quieter side, more out in the woods. Like I said, there's a lot more trees. It has a bigger park also.
I remember this park.
Yeah.
This park was so big.
I'll go ahead and park, and then I'll show you guys the park. Let the kids play for a bit.
I like to ride my bike on the
And yeah, like Tony said, this is a good park to come if you want to show your kids to ride their bike. It has a little like walkway.
This is right.
You could see right here that little walkway. You can ride your bike there.
Now I learned to ride my bike too.
Yep. Yeah.
My small bike.
Her trainer bike.
My small bike, right? I learned how to ride my bike.
And then they have that little gazebo too that you can rent for parties during the summer.
Let's go tomorrow. Hurry, let's go.
So this one is pretty big if you have, like if you want to walk around with your stroller. It's a nice little pathway that you can take. Where's your sister? Oh, she's over there.
I might get my butt wet.
Careful, Tony. Ah, it's wet. They have a basketball court. More bigger. This one has one on the other side.
Can I have?
This is Cherry Hill Housing. And they have that basketball court over here and tennis court, which is pretty neat. This is, I think, the only neighborhood that I've seen that has a tennis court. When I was in high school, I used to love playing tennis, even though I wasn't as good at it. But it was a fun game. This is what Cherry Hill Housing looks like, and like I said, it's pretty much like out back in the base, and there's a lot of trees around this neighborhood. You got a little overflow parking if you want to go to the park. And that tennis court. Earlier I was trying to figure out the word for chimney. I believe it's chimney stack, but let me know down below because I was totally blanking on what that was called. So this road here is the one that pretty much everyone takes to to the theater, and then Starbucks, which I'm hoping is open. I didn't even check to see if it was. But right here is the theater, and then Starbucks. So I'm gonna pick up a quick drink. Monday through October 11th. Let's see. Oh, thank you. So right here is Raven Ridge. Pretty nice houses.
Look at the mountains.
Pretty decent size. And you have the, like Bella said, you have this nice view of the mountains from these homes here. And I believe this, oh no, it is one car garage. Thought it was two, but it's one.
Mommy, thank you for the chocolate.
The hot chocolate?
Yeah, the hot chocolate.
You're welcome.
Hey, my queen disappeared. I'm finished.
So this housing doesn't have a big park like the other ones, but it does have some of those smaller community parks.
I'm gonna go to that park. I like it.
Now this housing, I'm not too sure, the one on the left here, I'm not too sure what it's called.
I know.
Oh, here we go. I see this sign over here.
Yeah.
So these houses have a nice, decent backyard with a fence.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right, Mom?
Yeah. So this housing is called Puffin Park. Here, I'll go into this one so you guys can check it out. Whoa. And then you got the in-between kind of alley parking. And the house, the front of the house is facing the parking. Up front over here, straight ahead is the Taco Bell. So that's Taco Bell, and then the Shopette, and Subway. I thought that if you went in, they were closed off, but each one goes into the next road, so. And then in front of these houses, you have a big field. This is actually where they, before COVID, they would have the carnival set up. And that was a fun thing to do with the kids. It was a free carnival. And then you got to do like pony rides and all that, which is pretty cool. Toys and cotton candy.
Right?
Yeah. Over here is called Fireweed Housing. So those are the ones that are to the right where I first turned in, which are similar to the ones we just saw with the alley kind of parking. So these ones right here. pretty nice. You have the kids play in the front or the back. The back does have a fenced yard, a continued area of that housing. This one's pretty cool. Because you don't have to, well, I guess you probably do. I'm not sure how it worked for this neighborhood, but I was gonna say you don't have to shovel your driveway. That's a pretty neat car. I like those kind of cars that are like old school. I'll go ahead and show you that big hill that I mentioned earlier where the kids who are older, like 10 and above, can probably go and sled on this hill over here that I'm gonna show you. So this housing over here coming up on the right is Independence.
Mommy, am I?
And I'll go ahead and show you guys those houses right now after the hill. The hill's coming up over here on the left, I believe, or we already passed it. Yeah, I think we already passed it. We're gonna go to the left here, and this housing is Cottonwood East. So this is Cottonwood Housing on this side. And all the houses look pretty much similar with the layout, at least like the newer houses look the same. These neighborhoods are a little bit, I feel like, are a little bit more calm, and like the kids are able to play like more in these neighborhoods since they're more like not a lot of car traffic in this area. Yes, Bella? You're done with it?
Yeah.
Put it on your cup holder. Go back the other way so I can show you the hill really quick, and then we'll come back to show you the last 4 houses or housing areas here on Bay.
Oh, you like
It always saves the worms for later.
Yeah, we got pet axolotl, which we'll show you on a different vlog. Anthony had been wanting one for a while, so we finally got one for him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like 1000?
Like 1000.
Huh?
Like 1000.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh my wow.
So we're coming up on the hill that I was mentioning. This is another school on the Richardson side.
That's the school?
I think on this side, there's 2 on each side, 2 elementaries.
Elementary school? I saw that whole
So
thing.
right here, let me see if I can pull up
That's
to
from the
the,
garden.
you could see it is that hill that I was mentioning. It's pretty big, you can see. You can actually do tubing and sledding. It's pretty steep, so it's a pretty cool hill to come to for like older kids. And again, this one is on the
Mom, I want to go sledding here.
Yeah.
This one is on the Richardson side of base. Yeah, that's a big hike. He said if I want to go hike.
What'd you say?
I said, yeah, that's a big hike.
Is he going hiking?
Huh? I think so. So this is Moose Haven. this is a 1 or 2 bedroom house. So we'll go back and I'll see if I can maybe capture the new skate park that they built. I didn't even know, I wasn't aware that they had built a skate park. I know there was one on the Elmendorf side, which I think also becomes an ice rink in the winter. But right here where we're gonna turn right now is the library. And I'll go back and see if I can show you guys. I don't know if it'll capture it, but try to drive slow so you guys can see the skate park. It's straight ahead. Over there. So right here to the left, if you can see it, I'll try to zoom it in. But that is a new skate park that I didn't know they had built.
That's cool, like a mini park.
Yeah.
It's not that big though.
I saw people that had bikes.
And then this housing has the community garden, like I mentioned, and a big park, which I'll show you. This is the community or military housing, and behind it is the You Fix It, but I believe they closed that one permanently on this side now. But this place has an indoor park, and you can rent it to have parties. And then there's another small little hill on this side for little ones. And right here is the rocket ship park and the community garden for this side. So over here to the right is, I believe, Moose Haven.
Oh, it's like Brookhaven, Mom.
Yeah, like Brookhaven. And then these are similar layout as other ones that we've seen. So these are the houses for Moose Haven. And again, this neighborhood is pretty calm too. I like the trees in between that they have, because you can also, like in the summer, put a hammock and just hang out in the hammock. And funny thing is, this housing over here that I'm going to show you, which I forgot about, is way up in the top. So I'll show you this one first on the left. This is Chugiach Housing. These are more of like the nicer houses. It's pretty big. Your front yard is big. Your backyard is big. You got like a big fence in the back. 2-car garage. Just super big and nice. I'm gonna go back and then I'll show you the houses that are more modern. Oh, look, talking about a hammock, that's what I meant. These houses here with the smaller trees are neat because you can put a little hammock and just kind of hang out and enjoy the sun. So now we're gonna go to the houses on the very, very top. And everybody says that they come to these houses in Halloween because they're like the higher rank houses. And they're just more nicer, you'll see. these are Birch Housing, and these houses are like straight up like homes that you purchase with a big old yard, and people park their RVs here. So this is the houses, and like you can see, these houses have like a huge backyard, and the RVs, and it's pretty much like a house. Like that whole thing is one house, and then here's another house, and then another house. So it's, you don't have any neighbors in between. You don't have any neighbors in between, and it's a big yard. If you turn and make a left here, you will run into the hospital, and then if you keep going straight, we're going to come up on the street where the commissary is. And all this area over here on the left is a campsite. If you have a camping trailer, RV, or anything like that, you could get a spot here on the left. I'm not sure on the prices, but if you look it up on the website, you could probably get more information at jberlife.com. I think it's .com. But yeah, and then so we're coming up on the commissary here to the right. So this is the commissary and the exchange. Have a few little shops. They have Domino's, Charlie's, Popeyes, a GNC. They have a Starbucks in there. Which I'm sure have changed as the years have passed. The last neighborhood that I will be showing you is Chugiach Housing, which is one of the older housing here on base. I think those were built in 1950s, which a lot of people don't like the area and the houses here in this neighborhood just because they're older homes. But I feel like they're not that bad. The only thing that I don't like is just the flip of the house, like the kitchen being upstairs. Something different. But I want to say that a lot of the houses here in Alaska have the layout like that, where like the kitchen is on the top and like the bedrooms are at the bottom, and then there's like a basement or a family room on the bottom floor. So right here to the right, we are coming up on Chugiach.
Yep.
Or Chugiach.
In this way, do a circle, right, guys? Right?
This is Chugiach. And then there's the park over here. The park is right by the entrance. And I believe this neighborhood has, I want to say 5 cul-de-sacs. And then back here they have a little basketball hoop that you can practice in right by those bushes right here, or these trees. cul-de-sac. And then over here they have a little area where you can play basketball. I mean, you can play football. So this area over here is a little bit more quieter. It's more calm, I would say. You got a little park over here on this side. And everybody's getting ready to decorate their houses for Halloween. So these are the homes here on Chugiach Housing. So that was it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.